Over the last few days, there has been some huge controversy in the YouTube world surrounding one of the biggest content creators in the YouTube gaming space. His name is Dr. Disrespect. This guy is like an OG YouTuber. Some of the biggest YouTubers that you see to this day right now, like KSI and others, literally came out and said that they were inspired by this guy because this guy had been doing YouTube for a while. And he has a huge following. His name is Dr. Disrespect. He has 4.7 million subscribers. Well, unfortunately, there were some very disturbing accusations that were being made about him. He finally addressed it today, and it turns out that there was a lot of truth to those accusations, apparently. And so let's just go ahead and get into what exactly happened. So what happened was a few days ago, you had a former, I don't know what this guy was, product manager at Twitch, whatever. This guy used to work for Twitch, okay? He was a former employee, so he knew exactly what the situation was, right? So the situation is, Dr. Disrespect, who is a huge YouTuber, he also used to be huge on Twitch. However, 4 years ago, Dr. Disrespect got banned. Nobody ever knew why. So back in 2020, Dr. Disrespect kind of talked about the fact that he got banned. A bunch of other people, it was like a huge controversy like 4 years ago. They're like, oh my God, he got banned. And nobody ever knew why. So for 4 years, nobody had any idea why this guy got banned. And when you asked him 4 years ago what happened, he basically said he doesn't even really know. Well, it turns out that wasn't quite true. He knew exactly why he got banned, and he actually addressed it. But here's where everything kind of hit the fan. So 4 years later, this guy who used to work for Twitch, his name is Cody, he said that Dr. Disrespect got banned because he got caught sexting. I don't even know if I can say that word. I might have to bleep that out. But he got caught basically texting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product, which was like this messaging product that Twitch had, I guess. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text, case closed, gang. So basically what he's saying is, because Twitch controlled, that platform or whatever, they were able to actually read the messages because it's their platform. So I guess Twitch themselves, maybe some employee with Twitch, read the messages and said, yeah, this guy is engaging in behavior that is just absolutely disgusting and completely goes against everything we stand for, so he's got to go. So he literally got banned. Nobody ever knew why. This comes out, and then as soon as this comes out, here's what's interesting. A few days ago, Dr. Disrespect continues to basically not only deny it, but basically say he didn't do anything wrong. So this is Dr. Disrespect's tweet in response to that former Twitch employee. He said, listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the effing internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All of this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Okay? So he's literally saying he did nothing wrong. Remember that, guys. He's saying he did nothing wrong. Everything got settled. He didn't do anything illegal, blah, 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 which, by the way, whenever you hear somebody say, I didn't do anything illegal, that's always a red flag to me. They always try to toe that line, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything illegal. That's the trick. No, just downright come out and say you did not do what you got accused of. You notice he didn't say that. He didn't address it head on and say, I didn't do what I was accused of. He said, I didn't do anything wrong. That's the key. You always got to pay attention to the clues they leave in their little fake apologies. So then there's another guy named Jake who responded to the former Twitch employer. And then Dr. Disrespect actually responded to that. He said, Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. That's what he said. Well, after this whole situation happened, it turned into an incredible firestorm. I mean, everybody was upset about it. You had a lot of different YouTubers and content creators and just huge personalities on X as well as YouTube who were talking about it. And they were really calling this guy out. They're like, look, bro, what really happened? We need answers. Like, people were just demanding answers. So now today, it actually forced Dr. Disrespect to finally come clean about what actually happened. And so Dr. Disrespect finally addressed it in a statement today. And this is what he said. He said the Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the effing BS. As you know, there's no filter for me. Blah, 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 blah. Let's cut to the meat and potatoes of this long little statement. All we need is the truth. So let's just cut to that. So he said, everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Okay, here's where it gets interesting. He said, were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Right there, that's already case closed. You've already admitted that you had messages with a minor in 2017. That's already it. You're done. That's terrible. That's disgusting. Shouldn't be doing that. Already bad enough. But then it gets worse. It gets even worse, guys, because then he says, were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't be texting a minor. We don't believe you. But then, hold on. He says these were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. That's it. That's it right there. That's it. You're done, bro. He literally said, were there messages between him and a minor? Yes. Were there messages that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate? Yes. He already admitted that. Bro, why are you sending messages that lean in the direction of being inappropriate with a minor? What that makes me think is you were probably flirting with her or being a little inappropriate, being a little weird. I don't know. But this stuff is just completely unacceptable. There's no excuses for it. There's nothing else you could say. That's it. Then he says, this is where it gets hilarious. He says, nothing illegal happened, as if that matters. Oh, it wasn't illegal. It might have been wrong, guys, but it wasn't illegal. So you can't get me in trouble because it wasn't illegal. It's still disgusting, bro. I don't care if it wasn't illegal for you to do that. You're still weird. In the court of public opinion, you're a weirdo, okay? So then he says, no pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I've never even met the individual. Okay, so no pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. You didn't meet the individual, but you sent messages to her that were in the direction of being inappropriate. Make it make sense. Like, it's all kind of in the same wheelhouse, my guy. Like, it's still terrible. It's disgusting. He says, I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear. It was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Well, Mr. Dr. Disrespect, just because a criminal case wasn't brought against you and no criminal charges have ever been brought against you doesn't mean that you didn't do something wrong. Like, that doesn't mean anything. This is a terrible... I don't know what lawyer he had help him make this, but this was bad. At least just come clean and just downright admit it. Don't try to backtrack with all this. Well, I didn't do anything illegal stuff. You still did something wrong, bro. Like, what's going on here? Then he says, now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. No, you should have never texted her at all to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, blah, blah, blah. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll own my effing stuff. This was stupid. I don't know if stupid is the right word. I think it was predatory. I think predatory is actually the right word. Now, with all of this said, don't get it mistaken. I've seen all the remarks, blah, blah, blah. To my team and community. Okay. He says, finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of S, that's fine, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. That's insane. This is absolute clown world right here. That's a clown world statement. So basically he's saying, this is what he's telling you guys. He's saying, I'm going to disappear for a few weeks, go on vacation, and when I come back, you guys will probably completely forget about it because that's typically what the internet does. Something will be in the news for like 5 days, and then in like 2 weeks, everybody forgets about it. I think that's kind of what he's saying. He's basically saying, well, I'm going to disappear, then I'm going to come back, you all are going to forget about it, and the heavyweight will be off my shoulders because all of this will have died down, and then you all will have moved on to the next big controversy, which I'm not so sure that's going to happen for you, bro. Like, people don't play around with that pedo stuff. Also, this has already been a year of a lot of creeps and weirdos getting exposed. Obviously, the number one song in the world is by a rapper named Kendrick Lamar, which literally talks about Drake and the accusations of, those horrible things. But I'm just saying, man, like, this has been the year of people holding those disgusting types of people accountable. Even if it's not necessarily true. Because in Drake's case, I don't even know if it's true, but you guys get the point. The bottom line is, this is like the worst year ever for these weird types of people to get caught with this stuff when the number one song in the world is the song that literally goes after these types of people, So I don't think people are going to forget about this, bro. I don't think it's going to disappear. I think people are going to be on your neck. I think you're going to lose a lot of subscribers. And yeah, this is absolutely disgusting. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and give my opinion on this. Also, the other thing I wanted to say too is I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm sure you guys probably have it, but I remember I actually watched an interview with Chris Hansen not too long ago, maybe like a few months ago. And Chris Hansen said something very interesting, but also disturbing that I guess I never really realized. Chris Hansen said that there's a lot more pedos in the world than you realize. You think that pedos are only like 1% of the population, but it's actually like way more than that. There are a lot of men who are pedos and creepy. They just don't act on it. I don't know if I could find a clip. Maybe some of you guys who are really nerdy and good at that stuff can find it. But there was a clip where Chris, actually it might have been on Logan Paul's podcast. And Paul, so actually I think that's where he said it. But yeah, Chris Hansen literally said there's a lot of men in the world who think this way and feel this way, and they're just disgusting pieces of you-know-what, but they just don't act on it. They feel that way, they just don't act on it, which to me is just absolutely disgusting and scary, especially knowing that there could be that one day where they actually act on it. Anyway, I say all of that to say that in my personal opinion, you have a lot of rich and powerful people who think like this and think that they could get away with it. Dr. Disrespect is not the only YouTuber who is like that. Neither are some of these other celebrities who are currently, being held accountable for it. Like, it's disgusting and sad to say, but it's a fact. And unfortunately, you have a lot of men in power who think that because they have a lot of power, they can get away with certain things. And that is because, unfortunately, we live in a society where men with power do get away with things. And I think that speaks to the bigger issue. Case in point, Twitch. My biggest thing with Twitch is, in my personal opinion, I think Twitch I don't know the specifics. I don't want to go too hard on Twitch because I don't know. But I just feel like if somebody's doing something disgusting like this, it should be exposed. This shouldn't be some weird closed door thing where you're, settle with them in private. Because honestly, had that employee, this Cody guy never come out and said what happened, we would have never known. So this entire time, for the last 4 years, folks are essentially watching a pedo. That's literally what you're doing. You're watching a pedo and you didn't even know it because nobody ever said anything until this guy was basically brave enough to finally come out and say it. It's just sad. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on too long. That's just my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Absolutely crazy situation. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.